Hi, guys. Hopefully, everyone had a terrific Tuesday. I had a great day. So, I just want to share a couple things with you on tonight. I ran across a quote a couple of weeks ago, and the quote is actually by Mary Kay Ash. For those of you who don't know who she was, she is the founder of Mary Kay Products, Mary Kay Cosmetics, the makeup line, the beauty line. Um, and so the quote simply says that there are three types of people in the world. There are those who make things happen. There are those who watch things happen. And then there are those who wonder what happened. And each and every day you get to decide which category you want to be in. And so um, the quote kind of stuck with me. And I started thinking about it, and I was just like, you know what? In the course of lifespan, we all find ourselves in each of those categories. We all find ourselves watching things happen, wondering what happened. And it's ultimately up to us to find ourselves making things happen. And so, with that being said, I was thinking about something else. I was thinking about us as individuals, as human beings, in our makeup. And basically, every 7 years, we essentially become a new person. And what I mean by that is within the span of 7 years, all of the cells within our bodies have been replaced with new ones. Our skin cells have been replaced. All of our organs, the cells that make up our organs, have been replaced. So we're essentially a new person for real. So 7 years. Now let's think about it. Now, seven is the number for completion, correct? But I wanted to think back 7 years ago as far as who I was. 7 years from today's date would be 2012. So in the year 2012, who was Tamika? Uh, 2012, I was actually married, but going through a divorce, a separation from my husband of 6 years. And with that being said, I was no longer living in the household with him. I was actually sleeping on someone's couch. I was um, driving a 1999 Ford Mustang. Oh, how I love that Mustang. It was definitely a beauty. It was powerful. Those of you who know me know I love fast cars. I love fast things. Um, had a lot of fun times. Got a lot of speeding tickets, of course. But not only was I driving that Ford Mustang, I was also teaching. And along with teaching, I was working a part time job to try to make ends meet. But even with the combination of both of those incomes, I was barely bringing home 30,000 a year, a little over 30,000. I was still struggling. Hence the fact that I was sleeping on someone's couch, of course. Um, but also I was bitter. I was angry. I was in my head always the victim. I was blaming everyone and everything for my circumstances. At that point in time, everything that was bad in my life, I blamed on someone else. I felt like, why did this happen? I was basically looking at my life like, what happened? I was at that point. I was in that category of people. I was that person who was trying to figure out what happened. And I had to think back and I was like, wow, 2012, where am I today? And let me start by saying, first of all, my life is not perfect. But I can definitely say that I'm no longer in the category of people who's trying to figure out what happened. I've decided to be in the category of people of making things happen. And how did I get there? I started with my thought process. I started thinking differently. I started taking a deep look at myself. Well, me, how did you get to that point? Or this point? What did you do wrong? What can you do to make your life better? I took control of my life. I completely changed the thoughts in my head. I completely changed that victim mentality to, you know what, I am more than a conqueror. And if I'm in this current state, it is up to me to change it. So I changed my environment completely. I changed my career, which I love teaching. I love kids. But I knew at that point in time that that wasn't it for me. It wasn't where I needed to be in order to be a better person. I changed my living circumstances, of course, once I decided to change my career and I stepped into a field or a career path that was financially better for me at that point in time. So I was able to change, go from sleeping on someone's couch to sleeping in my own apartment. I was able to change my car, even though I love that 1999 Mustang, but I changed my car because it was a gas guzzler. I was spending about $600 a month in gas, which wasn't smart because I was only making $30,000 a year. But I changed that as well. I made some sacrifices for the greater good. I changed my negative vibes, my negative waves. If you guys watch Protect Your Energy, my previous video, then of course I'm big on protecting your vibes and your energy and what you take in from others. But sometimes it's not even about others. Sometimes that negativity comes from us. It comes from what we think. It comes from what we ingest. It comes from what we put inside our own head. So I just started to change different things for the greater good. And once I started to make those subtle changes, those changes within myself, did I realize that my circumstances began to change. It wasn't just Cinderella put on your slipper, but I worked hard every day. Every single day I made a conscious effort to be the person who made things happen and not the person watching things happen, not the person trying to figure out what happened. So 7 years from 2012, I'm here talking to you guys, being able to share my experiences, being able to share, I guess, a kind of dark point in my life. But to say that, you know what, we have to choose every day the path and the journey that we want for our lives. We have to choose to be great every day. We have to choose to walk in purpose every day. We have to choose to say, you know what, I won't settle for less than what I deserve. I won't give up on my dreams. I won't give up on my goals. I want to be the person to make things happen. I want to be the person to inspire others. That's something else that I've been thinking about lately. We're in a world full of selfish people, full of individuals who are all about themselves. And it's sad. But we have to ultimately start with ourselves once again and say, you know what, I'm going to be the person who, encourages my sister or my brother who is really trying really hard, to break that cycle. I'm going to be the person to lend a helping hand, not necessarily a handout, but just a helping hand to say, you know what, it may just be words. You can do it. I'm proud of you. Keep pushing. Keep walking in faith. Be encouraged. Or it could be financially sometimes if you got it like that. Unfortunately, I'm not at that point to have it like that financially. But once I get there, yeah, if I got it and I see someone that's trying, definitely, you can have it. But we have to definitely make sure that we are encouraging and building up the ones around us. And even in that regard, we have to also make sure that we're in a good space ourselves in order to do that. You can't help someone else if you haven't helped yourself. But anywho, I kind of got off topic. But yeah, I just that quote really stuck with me. It definitely, made me think about a couple of things. It definitely made me think about my timeline as far as the last couple of years within my life, the last decade within my life, as to where was I? What category did I fall in? And I advise everyone to do, a self-evaluation and see where you are. What category of individual are you currently? Are you on the sidelines watching everything happen? Are you currently trying to figure out what happened? Or are you making things happen for the best, for the greater good? That's all I have to say tonight. Guys, make sure that you like the video if I said something that, triggered a thought with you, or, share it with others if it was definitely something that you felt like was inspiring, and subscribe, hit the notification button so that you can continue to follow me as I walk through my journey and share my experiences and what I learn each and every day with you guys. Have a great night.